Ora, so we're just talking about your trip to Spain and your season so far. I want to speak a little bit about the local racing. You've been dominating the 600 class. I saw it coming, low key, but I think you caught a lot of people off guard. How have you found the season so far here locally?
I was also very surprised at how quick I got up to pace in the 600, because especially because Swartkops was the first ever race I was having on the 600. I've never ridden the track on the 600 before, so I was coming in with like, okay, let's see what we can do. Let's see where I find myself after qualifying, and I got third. So I'm like, oh, okay, but let's see how my race pace is. Race pace was good. We were going. Ryan got a problem. We won. So then I'm like, okay, I'm happy. Next track was PE, and I love fast and flowy tracks. So then going in there, I thought maybe I could actually have a chance at winning, and I did. Then Kelani, a track I've also never ridden. Troy and Ryan had ridden it before me. So then I was thinking, okay, it's actually going to be a tough race this time. The track was very bumpy. It was a very hard track, a very technical track. But after a while, I got used to it, and brought it home in race one. Race two, unfortunately, I did crash in the rain while leading. But so, yeah. Kailami, I went in with an open mind because I saw, okay, Troy, he's ridden the track before many times. Now he's on the 800. So then it's like, okay, what can I do against him? I saw in qualifying, I wasn't too far off, but I was thinking I need to try and find a way to mess up his rhythm so he doesn't open too much on the straights. And I was able to do that. I beat him in race two. In race one, unfortunately, I had the technical problem while leading. And then race three, he got a toe from Tristan. He got the toe of the 1,000 in front of him, so then I wasn't able to keep up, unfortunately, but brought it home in second, didn't lose too many points.
Well done to you. And that was a very good summary of the season, honestly. There's been some standout moments which I've been able to enjoy, some of them on track, watching myself, and others from the commentary booth. The one which stands out to me was your performance at Killarney in the wet, where you were blitzing everyone. You know, you're in front of the thousands, you're in front of all the 600s, you're multiple seconds per lap ahead of everyone. PE, where in the dry, you're ahead of everyone for a couple of laps leading the race. And we can't not mention that dive, that block pass he did to win race number two
At Kailami,
at Kailami. So what's been your favorite moment of the season racing here at MRSSA?
My favorite moments, I don't want to seem like arrogant or anything, but it was probably Kyalami, that second race, because that was actually one I had to properly work for. It was the first race where it was actually tough. I had to think the whole race instead of just trying to focus and put down laps. So I had to actually be consistent, try to study him, see where he's weak and where he's not. And then I also used to use the back markers to my advantage while not also getting deep benefited from them.
Fantastic. I think I have to agree. That was a truly standout moment and caught everyone off guard, because when you made the mistake up at Leeuwkop, I thought, that's it. And you caught the gap in the last half a lap, went up the inside. And yeah, I'm sure you've rewatched that a couple of times at home, eh?
A couple of times, yeah.
Awesome. So let us know a bit more about your career. You are the reigning MRSSA sub 500 champion. You're leading the 600 championship, and you're now making your steps overseas. I know you've been in Spain earlier this year training. So just let us know a little bit about where you come from and how MRSSA has been a stepping stone for you in terms of getting to that goal of racing overseas.
MRSSA has helped me a lot, especially SAES, because now we get the TV coverage as well. So that gets me a lot of exposure. Now a lot of sponsors can also see what I've been able to do. Hopefully that'll get me sponsorship to go overseas as well.
Are there any other plans loading for you to go overseas again in 2026?
None that I know of.
None that I know of. Okay. We're going to have to speak to your dad about that.
Yeah.
He's going to have to go talk to his banker because you need to get overseas there. I also want to know a little bit about the bikes you're riding in Spain. You race a 600 here. What types of bikes were you riding at the selection event, and how do they differ from the bikes you race locally?
So the bikes I was riding at the selection event were the Marawakis. So they're 250. I'm not sure if they're Honda engines, but yeah, they're 250s. They're very small, compact bikes. They're probably lighter than a 150. So then we were riding those. We were riding them with the Pirelli V4s. The ones that I usually race on the 400. So then they were very grippy. Those bikes are very stable compared to the super bikes that I'm riding this side. The bikes slide. The bikes are unpredictable at times, but those bikes are very stable. You know what it's gonna do, and then those bikes you can push them to the limit and still feel very comfortable, unlike the super bikes.
Very, very interesting. I've ridden Moto3s before, and there's something special, you know, the amount of corner speed you can carry is absolutely insane. It's like magic sometimes. You mentioned exposure, how you have been happy to be a part of SAES because it's now helped more people all around the world see your talents and capabilities. Of course, we want exposure because it helps us get sponsorship. You are racing for the Lumi Racing team.
Yes.
They've been a great support, I'm aware of, in your career in terms of helping you progress and also making the season possible for you. So who are the people supporting you in the background? And maybe here's an opportunity to thank them and just highlight how they've helped elevate your career.
So obviously Uncle Spiwe is one of them. He's the main one. He's the team owner and everything. He's helped me through a lot. He's actually probably one of the main reasons I'm still racing this season. Obviously you as well. I'd also like to thank Steven Norendal. He won the ASBK championship as well. So yeah. Also my dad, my mom, my grandmother, my brother, all that moral support and also finance and also working behind the scenes to get me where I have to be. My dad was there. He had to get me to Spain. So then I'd also like to thank him a lot. And yeah.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of knowing all the people you mentioned there. And you're very blessed to have such a strong unit of people around you supporting you. I believe you've got a lot of talent. But as you do know now, you're getting older, you're starting to mature, and you know that talent's not enough. It doesn't just happen because you can twist the throttle and brake very, very late. Ora, what lies in the future for Ora Tulepiri? What are your goals? What are your dreams? What are you working towards? And how soon do you want to achieve those?
So I wanted to be like Marc Marquez, and I wanted to break all his records to be like him. So then I wanted to get into rookies last year, but then that didn't happen. So I was thinking, okay, I need to get in this year, but obviously the crash. So then now my main goal is to get to MotoGP by at least age 25. And I want to become world champion in my within 4 years of me being MotoGP. I mean, like, it's high expectations considering the people that are in MotoGP right now, very talented and hardworking riders. So it's going to be difficult, but I think I can do it.
You have to aim for the top to achieve those dreams, and you've also got to have the self-belief in yourself to think, I'm actually of that level, I can make it. I'm one of the people who think you have the talent to achieve that level, and I know your hard work and how determined you are. It sometimes seems like you came out the womb thinking about being a motorbike rider.
Yeah.
Where do you see the first step coming in that journey to get to overseas?
My journey, where it starts would be me racing overseas in either Junior GP or the Spanish Championship, because those are one of the big stepping stones to actually getting recognized and exposed to MotoGP and one of the Moto3 teams.
Awesome, and I really, really wish that you can achieve that. I think you will, and looking forward to watching you grow and enjoy your journey. Thank you so much, Ora, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Your interview skills have improved quite a bit from a couple of years ago, and honestly, man, well done on the season you've been putting together here at SAES and MRSSA. Good luck in terms of sealing the championship at the season finale at Kyalami, and we look forward to seeing you again in future. Your final thoughts, and when are we going to be seeing you again on track?
You will be seeing me at Kyalami, that is a promise. So I'm hoping to clinch the title there and continue the celebrations. Final thoughts, thank you for having me for the interview. I'm ready to enjoy the rest of the day watching the racing of the cars and the bikes, and yeah.
Ora, we've been given a little bit more time. There was one more thing I wanted to check on you on. You raced injured at Kyalami, which made your achievements there even more insane. It's just one part of your body, you know, your index finger. How's the recovery going there?
Recovery is going very well. The skin's actually healing very well into the finger. It's closed, completely closed. So I've been given the clearance to race. Unfortunately, I still can't race now. But yeah, I've been given the clearance to race. My finger feels very good. I can't bend the tip yet because there's still not enough skin healed onto it, but yeah. Otherwise, healing's going very well.
Fantastic, fantastic. And what else do you get up to when you're not at the track?
When I'm not at the track, okay, usually I do play games, but sometimes I do go outside with my friends. We go and play soccer at the park by my estate.
I don't think you're giving us the full truth there. I speak to your parents. Keep going. Keep going.
What more would I be doing? I mean, like, yeah, I do go out with my friends and stuff, but I do play. Mostly, I do play a lot of games and stuff.
Ah, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Apparently, in school holidays, all you do is
Okay,
stay
no,
up.
but I have been studying. If you must know, I have been studying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to fact check that one with your parents. Ora, you've got a younger brother who's racing, Amogelang. Tell us a little bit about him and how you feel being a big brother of a younger up and comer who's basically trying to beat you one day.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's cute seeing him trying to beat me. I don't want him to, but at the same time, I want him to because I want him to be, like, as good as he can possibly be. I feel like usually when I'm watching him race, I feel like my parents, how they feel watching me. Like how it's so nervy and sketchy. It's like, yo, actually, this is stressful watching. So yeah, but otherwise, I love having a little brother. He's means the world to me. So yeah, I can't wait to see him where I am now.
How does your guys' relationship compare to Alex and Mark Marquez's relationship?
Because they're slightly older, I don't know how they were younger, but I feel like we're not too different. The age gap is a little bit different, but otherwise, where we are in racing, I feel like the gap in where we are in racing is the same to where they were a couple of years ago.
What's your age gap between you and him?
5 years.
Wow, really? I thought it was like 2 or 3 years, but a lot more makes sense. Ora, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to release you to go and enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Good luck for the rest of the season, and well done on everything you've achieved in your career so far. We're all very proud of you.
Thank you, thank you.
Cheers, champion.
Cheers.
There you have it from our 600 SBK championship leader, Oratile Piri. He just hopped off a jet to come and join us here in the commentary booth. Keep an eye on that youngster, one of South Africa's leading lights in terms of a future prospect. Prince, great to catch up with Ora. What were your thoughts on some of the interesting words exchanged with the youngster?
What was I doing at that age? That was the first question.
You weren't going to Spain, I believe.
Certainly was not trying to sharpen up my Spanish, that's for sure. But it's impressive to see the maturity, first of all, from out the gates of a lot of these younger competitors. Yes, we say they're 15, 16, but the processing and thinking capacity is incredible. Their communication ability, absolutely just on par with grown people and adults. I think that's reflective and indicative of how much the sport demands out of any individual, whether in whatever capacity you're involved in. Because as a mechanical or technical person, you need to receive feedback. As a rider, you give feedback, and you also have to learn how to take that feedback and translate it and turn it into words. So you can tell immediately that he really perceives his environment in a very sort of cut above, slightly above average way, just because of the sport. So just out the blocks as a person, you can tell he's a very sharp kid, and it's impressive to see what he's achieved at such a young age in the sport, you know. And having the family support and all the infrastructure around him shows you that, like you were saying, it's more than just talent. And you can tell that he's surrounded by a community that's able to help his talent to flourish and get to a level where he's within reach with competing at international shores.
Very, very true, Prince. And a shout out to Tselane and Tabiso. I know they'll be watching that. That's his mom and dad. Some true ride or die parents, if ever I've seen any. And they truly back their boy. They believe in him.
Yeah.
And I really hope they get to achieve the dream, you know?
Yeah.
As we've seen the likes of Brad Binder and Darren Binder doing, Stephen Udendal, as he mentioned, who's also a European champion now. One other thing that really stands out to me is the clarity of focus.
Yeah.
It's very rare for someone his age at 16 to be like, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm doing it, this is where I want to go.
There you go.
And there's nothing else for that. So huge respect to Oratile.
Yeah, 100%. It's create the sport and the community around him is allowing for him to become that much a cut of above the rest type of individual, and you can see it. I mean, he didn't stutter at any of the questions you were asking him.
I stuttered more than him.
You ask him a question, he just bolts straight into it, which was very impressive. So I definitely wasn't doing that at 16. I was on, pretty much games. Games, but fantastic and impressive to hear. And that, I think, is a great example of what any of our visitors and our fans joining us here today can expect from. If you have a couple of questions, any more insights that you'd like to learn on the competitive side of things, I think Aura would have been a great insight into what that looks like from the riding perspective. We've also got, obviously, the four-wheel side of things, so feel free to come up to any one of the people you see with some of our SAES team and any one of the competitors and ask them questions. Fire away, because they're all friendly and really open to helping understand what the sport and community is all about. And you never know, in a year's time we could be sitting here with you and asking you and grilling you on those questions and seeing how your journey in motorsport has gone on. So and that's really what it's about, the community around you. And Aura is one of the reflections and examples of what kind of product comes out of that community when it's nurtured properly. So feel free to come out and talk to us, reach out to our information desk, which is close to the entertainment area, where all the fan engagement is happening. It's going to be very popular at lunchtime. Definitely going to be looking forward to that. It's going to be just before, of course, the 4-hour endurance race beginning, where I think we'd have the biggest gap for you to maybe grab a quick bite and recharge. And then we're going to go full throttle for the start, the lights out signal for the 4-hour race. So we're going into now the last round of racing for the sports and GT cars, of course. And